Welcome to week 1 of Nourish November. The theme of this week is to root, and we will focus on that energy of standing energy, steady energy, finding our grounding. For me personally, I'm in the middle of a big transition, but also at this time where the seasons are very clearly changing, we're heading towards holidays, a new year, another time of transition. The most important thing is to find your bearings and get really still. That doesn't mean we're going to have a still yoga class. Instead, we're going to move quite a bit, but we're going to continuously focus on our feet, the ground beneath our feet, that ongoing support. So let's get started standing. If you aren't standing, come on up. I'll just stay right here in the middle of your mat. You can be at the top of your mat if that feels good to you. Widen your feet a little bit. So make it a really comfortable stance, not this kind of a linear thing that you think you need to do, rather a holistic, wide, spacious stance that feels good. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Otherwise, keep a small gaze. And then start breathing. So really focus, make sure you're taking enough breath in on your inhale, but then really focus your exhale. Focus the energy down, focus into steadiness. See if you can visualize or feel the ground underneath your feet, maybe even by the sensation of the texture of your yoga mat on your feet. Maybe you can feel the variations in the surface you're standing on. Really bring attention to that space. If it's okay for you to keep your eyes closed, do. Otherwise, you can open them up. We're going to lift the heels and drop them down. Lift the heels and drop them down. So this is just a simple way of really feeling the ground kind of echo through the body by tapping the heels and then this heavy drop. You can almost hear it in the room around you. I certainly can. So I'm going to keep it really simple with this lift and lower, lift and lower. If you want to kind of like stomp around or move around a little bit more, go ahead. Mostly I ask that you just feel the reverberation of the ground through your body. Couple more. Great. Go ahead and land. And now, again, just as you are, or if you stepped around, make sure the feet are more or less parallel to each other. They can still be wide. Feel the stillness. But maybe there's more of that feedback of the ground, of the earth energy in your body, in your bones, and your muscles. Open your eyes. If you're not standing at the front of your mat, transition now. One more breath as you maintain some still moments. And then inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, lead with your heart, bend knees as you fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant hands and step into plank. So we're going to stay in plank for a little while. If you're a knee plank person or you're modifying for pregnancy, then go ahead to knees, but make sure you got a long spine. Otherwise, knees up. Breathe. Three more breaths. See if you can stay, even in the challenge. That's what rooting's all about. We're going to transition straight to downward dog. Make it a long dog as long as your plank, and just take a breath here. Inhale back into plank. And then this time, exhale dog right away. Just a couple of these. Inhale plank. Exhale dog. Now, if you're down on your knees, it's kneeling plank. Shift back, tuck toes dog. Kneeling plank. Shift back, dog. Let's do 3 more. One more. This time, inhale forward through plank. Lower to your belly. Unless you're not able to lay on your belly, then do cow-cat. On your belly. I like to move my hands forward these days for cobra pose, forward and wide. So I can really access a stretch from my low belly. Breathe here. One more breath in cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower and push knees to find downward dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, send it through. Drop your left heel and come up warrior 1. So I'm going to ask that you take a little time here. So I'm taking my hands to my hips right away, and I want to widen my right foot just a touch to, again, find that wide base. Hips point straight ahead, right knee bent. Reach your arms alongside your ears. Breathing here. Stay a little longer in warrior 1. It's such a good grounding pose. It requires effort in our legs. It also requires ongoing attention to the back heel. The back heel kind of naturally wants to peel up. So you have to give that attention downward, which helps ground. Take one more breath. Big inhale. Exhale, hands frame right foot. Inhale, step back plank. Exhale, lower to belly unless you're modifying. Inhale, lift up cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Take a deep breath in downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Drop right heel, toes point more or less forward, and then bring your hands to your hips right away. Let that be a guide of how wide your feet are. Your feet should be just slightly more wide than those hip points. Reach arms up when you're ready. Bend left knee, glue right heel to earth. And again, stay a little longer. We are pulled in so many directions. So if you're feeling pulled, what happens when you just stay? Assess, consider. Observe. Take another breath. Really energize the legs. Push right heel to the mat. Inhale, reach higher. Exhale, hands frame left foot. Inhale, step back plank. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath. So we're going to continue with exactly that sequence. Just warrior one to flow and down again. But we are going to bring up the pace a little bit because grounding doesn't always mean slow. You can be grounded when things are fast. Inhale, reach your right arm up, right leg. Exhale, step it through. Drop your left heel. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, stay here. Glue your feet to the earth. Inhale, pull up from that earth energy through your heart. Exhale, hands frame right foot and flow. You can make that vinyasa the one that works for you. It shouldn't be a struggle. It should be enlightening, empowering. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Drop your right heel. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Stay as you exhale. Inhale, lift higher through your heart. Exhale, hands frame foot and flow. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath. We're going to go through 2 more cycles. I'll guide you through the next. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Drop left heel as you inhale. Rise it up. Exhale, stay. Inhale, pull that earth energy upwards. Exhale, hands frame foot and flow. One breath, downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, send it through. Drop your right heel as you inhale. Rise up, warrior one. Exhale, stay. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands frame left foot and flow. Take a deep breath. One more cycle, guided on your own. Right leg lifts. Continue as you exhale through on your own. Stay for a full breath in the pose. When you get to downward dog, stay for a couple breaths. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, send it through. Drop your left heel. Inhale, warrior one. So it should be familiar now. The pose, familiar in your body. Take another big breath. And so option 1 is stay right here, warrior 1. Option 2 is to kind of side bend over towards the right while in warrior 1. Bend your right knee. Option 3 is to take your left hand to your right thigh and your right hand to your left thigh for a twist. Option 4 is definitely not pregnant, but only if this is available to you. Left elbow outside of right thigh. And now this requires that attention. Gluing left foot to the earth, twisting right shoulder up, staying grounded amidst the challenge. Inhale, free it up. Exhale, legs stay the same except for you straighten right leg as you fold over right thigh. Parsvottanasana. So we're going to stay here for a couple breaths. Dial the hips so that they're in line with each other, not one pulling forward over the other. And then peel your left heel up, ground into right foot, walk your fingers forward. If you got a block, use that. Standing split. So grounding isn't always about having just one or both feet on the ground. Sometimes it's just one, sometimes it's none. One more breath. On an exhale, bend your right knee, land your left foot. Inhale, stretch it up, warrior one, this familiar place. Exhale, float it down to flow. In downward dog, take a deeper breath. Reconnect your energy downwards. Feel your muscles and bones, the surface of the floor beneath you. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Ground right heel and rise up, warrior one. Breathe here. So again, this is option 1, just staying right here. Option 2, which I want everyone to take if you can, side bending to the left. Keeping left knee bent. Can you stay grounded when you get pulled off course a little bit? Option 3, right hand to left thigh, left hand to right. This is a pretty big twist already. See how that goes in the body. And then final, big twist, only if it's safe for you. Right elbow outside of left thigh. Hook it in. Really make that connection. Then lift left shoulder, glue right heel, and breathe in that challenging space. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold over left leg. Back heel stays the same. Left knee straightens. Steer the hips so they're in line with each other and stay here in this Parsvottanasana, forward fold. Good. Bend left knee. Walk your hands forward as you lift right leg up. Standing split. Use that earth energy to lift higher. And then bend left knee. Send right heel back down. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, hands frame left foot to flow. And breathe. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, foot through to hands, drop left knee. We're essentially going through this sequence again, but closer to the earth. Inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Sink into your hips. And I also want you to kind of tuck your tailbone a little bit for a stretch in front of the hips. Take an inhale. On an exhale, side bend. Keep that tailbone tucked. Just see what happens there in the deep muscles of your hips and abdomen. Psoas. Stay like this, or lift up and transition just directly into that elbow outside of knee twist. If you're pregnant or that twist isn't good for your back, stay in the side bend or upright, low lunge. Once you're in the twist, sink your hips forward. Good. And then come up, inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, straighten right leg. Fold over your right leg, Ardha Hanumanasana, straight right leg. Good. Bend right knee. Plant the foot. Lift your left knee and transition your hands inside of right foot. And then kind of turn both feet so that they point to the corners of your mat on this long side. And then bend your right knee, lengthen through left leg, Skandasana. So we haven't done a ton here in the inner thigh. So I want you to stay supported with your hands, maybe even hands on blocks. Glue into right foot, lift your heart and breathe. Transition again towards right foot, straight ahead. And then heel toe that right foot over to the edge of your mat, toe just slightly out. Fingers inside of right foot, and then step your left foot up. Malasana, low squat. Now, you can have your heels lifted if your body just doesn't work that way, if the heels don't come down. You could also sit on, if you have a folded blanket nearby, a folded blanket under the heels would be helpful. See if you can lengthen your spine while really getting earthy in your hips. Inhale, stand. Exhale, let it go. Stay standing. And be right here. Regardless of what's happened, regardless of what's going to happen, right here. Step your feet together, or at least hips width apart. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, either step straight to downward dog if that feels better in your energy, or flow. Take a moment in downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, send it through, drop right knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Left knee bent, right knee down, arms up. So again, sink into it and then do a little tucking of that tailbone. We're here to do a lot of things, connect to the earth, find that push-pull between earth energy and the rising up, but also to stretch the front of the hips. Keep tucking the tailbone and move into the side stretch. So holding right wrist over to the left side. Stay here. Or right elbow outside of left thigh. Make that connection. Lift the elbow, lift the left shoulder, and then sink in and twist. One more deep breath. Inhale, up and around. Exhale, fold over left leg. So straight left leg. Fold in this Ardha Hanumanasana, this half splits. Inhale, lift up. Bend your left knee. Hands inside of left foot as you transition now. And I'll just switch it up so that I'm facing the camera. Both toes point out, hands inside of left foot. Lift your right your right toes, but keep your left heel down. And again, because we haven't done too much work here, see about supporting yourself with your hands, giving yourself a little more support rather than less. And then transition towards that left foot at the front of your mat. Widen the foot so it's close to the left edge, toes slightly out. Hands inside, step your right foot out. Second and final time, Malasana. Push into elbows into thighs, lengthen through crown of head and breathe. Push through feet. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands beside your body. Keep the feet a little wide. Maybe close your eyes. And this is where we're going to end this practice. So I want you to feel your feet on the ground. That uncompromising support underneath you that's always there, unconditional. Feel the exhales bringing you closer to the earth, and the inhales keeping you moving forward, moving somewhere spacious. The two are so important to tie together. If you have more time, maybe moving into some seated stretches or a meditation or Shavasana. If you're moving on with your day, just take more attention towards your feet, towards your legs, that stability and security that's always with you. Thanks for being here.